in this lesson, you will learn how to query resources based on release information. Let me give you an example. So let's go to the defects. In the defects module, you can see I have here a filter on the release. So I have in total 249 defects. If I click on the filter, I receive all the defects which are valid for release 2.0. Same I can do for 1.0, then I will receive much more, 176. So I would like to show you how you can query on releases using the REST API. As REST API client, we will use Postman. So let's go to Postman and first query the resource defects. So we are here, we need to sign in first. We receive 200, which is fine. And now let's open a new tab and paste here defects. This should give me all the defects. Yeah. So these are the defects with the ID. So let me enter here one more parameter, which will give me all the fields. So it's the ALM Octane Tech Preview parameter. Set it to true. Send again. And now I receive all the other fields as well. So let's now build, or let me put it not as a parameter, I will put it in the headers, which is easier. So let's put it here. Okay, so now it's working. Yeah. So now let's go and try to filter on the releases. Before you can filter, it makes sense to see what the field are for releases. So here you have the field release and you only see the type ID and the type and the ID. So easiest would be if you go here and say query, and I have it already here for the ID 12002. So what I'm doing here is I'm on the defect resource, then I say it should create a query based on the field release, which is here. And on the release, the field should be ID and it should equal to a number 12002, which is, let me go back here into the management module, which is 12002 AOS 2.0. So let's try to execute it. And now we see we have 15 defects. Let's quickly confirm in the defect module for AOS 2.0, we have 15 defects. So you can easily switch this to 1.0. We have 176. I need the ID of 1.0 is 1001. So here we just say 001 and we should receive 176. So this is fine, but you can also filter not only on the ID and type, but you can also filter here on name, which you know already and you would like to provide the name. So you can say name. So put the two special characters and in between you can write now clear text, the name exactly how it is represented in ALM Octane. So once you do it, it should return you exactly the release defects which were based on this name. So this is a very easy way to get all the defects you had in that release. If you want to provide multiple releases, then you could work with the in. So you provide a list for ID. So let's say we have here ID and then you say ID in, and now you provide a list by, let's say we call it 1001 and 12001. I think it was 12001. It was 12002. So let's say 2. And now the REST query, API query will look for all the defects which are have the release ID, either this one or 12002. Let's run it. And now we can see it's 191. Let's go to Octane and see if this is exactly the case. I think, yeah, it should be the case. Now we are on management. So here it's 191. So this is a very easy way to query the REST API and get the data you are looking for.